Ladies and gentlemen, let's get our Night 4 finals underway here at the Hancock Prospecting Australian Swimming Trials, and please welcome our technical officials for tonight's session. And let's meet our team, our referees for this session. Firstly, our referee for the men's events from Queensland, Teresa Goddard. Our referee for the women's events from Queensland, Sarah Emery. Our starters for tonight's session, our starter for the men's events from Queensland, David Gregory. And our starter for the women's events from Western Australia, Dorothy Harris. And we'd like to welcome and thank our technical manager for this meet from Western Australia, Kay Bolger. We now invite the technical officials to please take their seats. So just a few moments away from our first final, that men's 100 free. But looking at the program tonight, if you've just joined us here at the Brisbane Aquatic Centre or online, courtesy of Swimming Australia, great to have you with us. This night 4 finals, and we don't muck around. Straight up that blue ribbon event, the men's 100 freestyle final, followed by the women's 200 butterfly, men's 200 individual medley, women's 400 individual medley, and finish off the night with what should be a cracking women's 800 freestyle. As always, we're after the top 2 under the qualifying time to get a start at the World Championships in Gwangju, South Korea in 5 weeks' time. And of course, the spot's up for grabs in that 100 freestyle also for the relay. All to swim for tonight. And no doubt plenty watching throughout Australia and the world, especially into this men's 100 free coming up. And don't forget, across all social media, Insta, Facebook, Twitter, let us know your support. Hashtag ready to race. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get the party started here, and welcome to Pool Deck, your finalists for the men's 100 metres freestyle. Let's meet our starters. In lane 1 for Somerset, James Roberts. Lane 2 representing Rackley, Lewis Townsend. In 3 for St Peters Western, Clyde Lewis. For Marion, swimming lane 4, Kyle Chalmers. Representing TSS Aquatic in lane 5, Cameron McAvoy. In lane 6 for Bond, Alexander Graham. Lane 7 for UWA West Coast, Ashton Brinkworth. And rounding out the field in lane 8 for Palm Beach Currumbin, Matthew Davis. Present your finalists here for the men's 100 metres freestyle. Racing, here we go. The men's blue ribbon event, 2 laps to the pool, the 100 freestyle. Said Kyle Chalmers in career best form, a victory in the 200 a couple of nights back. But right there, the boys, Clyde Lewis, runner up to him in the 200, and Cam McAvoy, the current Commonwealth record holder, out there in lane 5.
Yeah, if Kyle Chalmers can turn with the field here, it's game over. He may even turn first. So we see Kyle around in 23.13. This could be a quick time. He's got a 24 low back end.
Yeah, the big boy McAvoy out fast too, 23.1 just there. So inside now though, Chalmers really storming away.
Look at Clyde Lewis coming through the field here. Clyde Lewis is moving in towards second place.
Yeah, great effort from Lewis there, but they come down the final stages and it's all Kyle Chalmers. The time's going to be quick, it looks like, down 47.35. That is smoking time, just outside the Commonwealth record. A new personal best.
Yep, that's a PB for Kyle. That's a 24.2 back end.
And he just continues to get better. The Olympic champ, a lifetime best 2 months ago, the Australian titles. And once again, and Clyde Lewis backs up his result from the 200, 48.46. Fantastic time by him as well. Just outside the Australian all-time top 10. Cam McAvoy was out hard and finishing in 3rd. And Alexander Graham once more right up there after a great effort in the 200 also, 49.06. Remarkable staff. Kyle Chalmers, the Olympic champ, he just continues to lower his own best time, and now that Commonwealth record is 31 100ths away. be super happy with that one, and excited boy. We'll throw it down to pool deck. Kyle Chalmers with James Magnuson.
It's your winner, Kyle Chalmers. Kyle, around in a 23-1 tonight, back in 24-2. Is that how you're planning to swim the race?
Yeah, I think I know my back end's my strength, so really try and work that. I could see Cam on my left and knew that probably wasn't as fast as I probably hoped, but no, it's a good solid race, and to do PB again's great.
Moving forward and looking for areas of improvement, are you trying to get out faster in that first 50 metres?
I definitely think I need to be out faster just to be competitive. There's a lot of guys that are, out under that 23-second mark, which I haven't done yet, so something I'm working on, but got to keep that back end as well.
You're slowly edging down towards that world record. Are you thinking about it at all?
Nah, no chance, mate. Trying to get close to your best time. That's the main goal. Follow my idol's footsteps.
All right, well, ladies and gentlemen, Kyle Chalmers, your champion. Great swim tonight, Kyle.
Thanks, mate.
Yeah, fantastic swim there. And Chalmers, another PB, and you see there all the stats, the Olympic champ in the 100, and gee, all of a sudden that Commonwealth and that world record don't look too far away.
That event was so exciting on so many different levels, but it's the first time that I've seen Kyle Chalmers go out after a time. For him to be second on the wall, only 3/100ths of a second behind Cam McAvoy, who always takes it out fast, at that first 50, he was going for a time and he knew he felt fast. So incredibly exciting that we're seeing Kyle grow into his racing in a way, which is an exceptional thing from the Olympic champion.
Yeah, well, and more exciting for everyone in the stands and the viewers at home as well. The Olympic champ has gone 2 PBs in that event in the space of 2 months.
Exciting times, isn't it? Do you reckon the rest of the world's taking notice? I think they're checking that out.
Well, I reckon so. Didn't fail to deliver there, and full credit to Clyde Lewis as well. A new personal best for him, and just outside the top 10 Australian all-time. He books another individual swim there at the World Championships in Gwangju in 5 weeks' time. And please make welcome to pool deck now your B finalists here in the men's 100 metres freestyle. B final away in the water. As always, swimmers' names, lane assignments can be found on the board, and these boys, some of them just missing the final, and obviously highlighted by Matthew Temple there in lane 4. Missed the final, Maggie, by 7/100ths of a second.
The aim of the game tonight, drop under that 50-second barrier. That's what everyone wants to do. This is a great chance for these guys tonight. They've got a great preparation. They're swimming in the race pool. They've seen the boys laid on the line in the race before. Let's see how they go.
Yeah, Temple probably class above here on paper, and he shows that down the first 50, 23.98. Clears away, already half a body length on the rest, but still hanging in there in lane 5. William Yang, 20-year-old from Sydney University, having a good second lap.
Will Yang's going to challenge him this last 15 metres, but Temple looks like he's going to be too strong. Got a challenger out in lane 1-2 from St Peter's Western, not surprising. 49.7, that's great. Great to drop under that 50-point barrier.
Yeah, Matthew Temple there. 19-year-old from Nunawading gives the thumbs up. 49.71. A little quicker than he went in the heats this morning.
Yeah, only 19 years of age, dropping under that 50-second barrier. Always a big achievement. I'm sure there's a big future ahead for him.
So the results there from the B final on the scoreboard or on the screen if you're watching on the live stream. And don't forget, Full results from our entire meet are available online on our website, allthews.swimming.org.au. And the finals keep coming. Please make welcome to pool deck. It's the women's 200 metres butterfly. Let's meet our starters in lane 1 for Ferry Mead, Jamie Kruger. Swimming lane 2 for Tea Tree Gully, Brittany Castelluzzo. In lane 3, representing TSS Aquatic, Alice Stewart. Lane 4 for UWA West Coast, Brianna Throssell. Lane 5 for TSS Aquatic, Laura Taylor. In 6 for USC Spartans, Tiani Gilmore. Lane 7 representing Toowoomba Grammar, Isabel Mason. And in lane 8 representing Manly, Lauren Wilson. Present to your finalists here for the women's 200 metres butterfly. Racing here, the women's 200 metres butterfly. See an interesting one, and the girls after that qualifying time at 2:07.82. And you see Bree Throssell of UWA West Coast already on the team to go to the World Championships. Maggie, she had a fantastic meet, and said Laura Taylor made her debut at the Commonwealth Games last year and didn't fail to disappoint, and she wants to be back on that Australian Dolphins team for the Worlds. Yeah, she'll be hungry for more after experiencing that Commonwealth Games last year. She would have gained a lot of confidence out of her performance at that Commonwealth Games as well, as we see her take it out strong here in the final of the women's 200 butterfly. I expect it to come down to a bit of a match race between Bree Throssell and Laura Taylor as we see them start to separate themselves a bit from the field now. For those at home watching as well, keep an eye on that QT. It's a pretty tough one. Yeah, both these two, the only two in the field that have gone sub 2:07. They turn at the halfway mark here, and we'll take a look at the splits, and it is Taylor that goes through just in front, 6/100ths of a second, 101.19 ahead of Throssell, 101.25. Yeah, she really worked that turn and underwater there. She's picking up about half a body length on Bree on each turn. Yeah, tight battle for third at the moment. Alice Stewart right there, so too Tiani Gilmore. And inside of them, Brittany Castelluzzo as well, the 18-year-old from Tea Tree Gully. Looks like they're going to pull level here at the 150 mark. Just watch this turn, see if Laura Taylor gaps her again on this underwater. So they turn here again, super tight. Taylor 9/100ths ahead, and it's going to come down to this final lap, stroke for stroke. They're ranked 7th and 8th all time in the Australian rankings at 2:06. It's Bree Throssell now, finishing with a wet sail. Yeah, certainly Bree Throssell's had an outstanding meet. She's proving it here now. Fantastic final 50. Throssell puts on the afterburners, and we'll check out this time as well. Comes under the flags and down to touch, 2:07.39 under that world qualifying time. A fantastic swim for her. Taylor in second spot, 2:08.42, just outside that time. What a well-paced race there from Bree Throssell. Stormed home the last 25 metres, obviously saved a bit in the tank. Timed it perfectly, just sneaking under that qualifying time. And there we go, the results on the screen there for that women's 200 butterfly, and Bree Throssell just stepped it up another notch in that final 50 to take the win and get an automatic start there in Guangzhou, 2:07.39. What a meet she's had, and certainly been brilliant in the butterfly and the freestyle as well. She's going to have a very busy World Championships.
Yeah, big meet for Brie, but obviously she's done the work leading into this meet, and I'm sure she'll do the same again for World Champs. Be a bit of a rest up and taper now before the World Champs and see if she can go a bit faster.
Yeah, fantastic meet it's been by Brie Throssell. Gets a win here in the 200 fly, and she's down there on pool deck with Gian.
Brie, congratulations. That was a fantastic race. You actually seemed to be building as the race went on. So happy or relieved on making World Championship team?
Both. Yeah, I've kind of stepped away for the 200 fly for a couple of months, but yeah, it's good to be back racing. My race plan was always to sort of build through the race, so I'm glad I could do that.
You certainly did that. You went out hard, but you really seemed to be swimming within yourself that first 100 metres and then just turned it on with really that last 50 was fantastic. Did you feel like your stroke was on song?
Yeah, absolutely. I knew, like, I do have a bit of easy speed, but if I went out too hard, I would not be able to come home in that last 50.
And keeping an eye on Laura, obviously silver medalist from Commonwealth Games last year, so you always knew that she was going to be in the mix. Did she push you the whole way?
Absolutely, yeah. Laura's a great 200 butterflyer. Yeah, it's a massive shame she didn't sneak under the time. But yeah, it was a solid effort from her.
Well, a solid effort from you as well. Congratulations, you're on that plane to World Championships again. Well done.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, congratulations, Brie, and it's been a fantastic meet for her, and probably the two standouts outside of the A-listers, probably Brie Throssell and Clyde Lewis have been the two that have really just shone here in Brisbane over the first four days of competition.
Yeah, both of them have had huge meets. Both are down around their PB times. Couple of PBs this week for Clyde. Great time to be in form. Only 5 weeks out from the World Championships. They can only get faster from here.
So you see there, Brie Throssell, freestyle and butterfly on point here in Brisbane, and a deserved winner of that 200 final. And the finals keep coming. Ladies and gentlemen, please make welcome to pool deck the men's 200 metres individual medley. Let's meet our starters in lane 1 for Starplex, James McKechnie. In 2, representing Chandler, Liam Hunter. For Marion in lane 3, Travis Marnie. In lane 4, representing St. Peter's Western, Mitch Larkin. Lane 5 for Griffith University, Thomas Fraser Holmes. In 6 for Brisbane Grammar, Jared Gilliland. In 7, representing Carlisle, Seabom Lee. And rounding out the field in lane 8 for Nuttawading, Brendan Smith. Present your finalists here for the men's 200 metres individual medley. Away men's 200 individual medley, 4 laps of the pool, 4 strokes. And certainly Mitch Larkin, G, off the form that he's shown already here in Brisbane. He's right on point, and he's right on his own personal best, which means Commonwealth records always under threat.
As an athlete, when you start off well, when you've got a big program, you need to start strong. And the fact that he did that means that he's almost been building through that meet with that confidence sky high. So, as you said, exciting every time Mitch gets in the water to see what he can produce. That 50 fly was sensational, and we've already got a body length on the field. Just heading towards the right-hand lane rope, a slight touch. When you train outdoors, you're used to looking for a lane rope to find some kind of comfort in.
Well, playing to his strengths early on, that's for sure. Butterfly, backstroke, and it's going to be a big lead to the Commonwealth record holder here at the halfway mark. Makes the turn, 54.49. Not a bad one. Thomas Fraser-Holmes, 55.57. Travis Marnie, 56.25. And these two boys have really got to push it to try and get that qualifying time. You can see there, 157.8.
Would love to see a great swim from Tommy Fraser-Holmes, and he's doing all the right things at this moment. We remember back to 2014 when he had a sensational Commonwealth Games, and then that career trajectory that is optimal just didn't happen for him. So he's been training overseas, been doing a couple of World Cups, swim meets, and it's really worked because he seems to be back closer to that form that we love to see him in. He's turning second with the 50 free to go.
Yeah, he's had a big dig here. Tommy Fraser-Holmes trying to push himself in there. It's all Mitch Larkin. He's led this from the start. It'll be interesting to see what kind of a time he can bust out here. Can he get under that 157 barrier? Pretty happy with that. Still charging hard. Look at this battle for second. Fraser-Holmes trying to hang on, but it's going to be Larkin under the flags. And this time's going to be quick. Down to touch, 155.72. What a swim and a new Commonwealth record. Mitch Larkin delivers here in Brisbane. He said, well, career best form, and didn't he deliver? Remarkable stuff. Tommy Fraser-Holmes there, 158.76. So just outside that automatic qualifying. And my goodness, Larkin, he really busted that final 50 down, didn't he? And a new Commonwealth record, lowering his own mark.
We expect his backstroke leg to look fast, but breaststroke building into that freestyle turn was just extraordinary. So not only breaking a Commonwealth record, his own Commonwealth record, smashing.
Half a second.
Half a second.
Yeah, incredible swim. And there you go, takes half a second off his own Commonwealth mark. First time ever, sub 155. And now all of a sudden, the world record of Lochte. Okay, it's still another second, well, 1.7 away, but you can drop half a second in a race.
Yep.
Anything's possible.
Absolutely. And as we talk about confidence gained, when you're in that purple patch, when everything is going right. I know that Mitch will get out of the water and say that hurt, but it doesn't hurt as much when you swim slow.
Well, Chalmers dropped a PB in the 100 free, and now even bigger and better, Mitch Larkin drops a PB in a Commonwealth record in the 200 IM, and he's there on pool deck with Maggie.
Mitch Larkin, Commonwealth record. Congratulations. What are you doing different in this preparation? You look great.
Thanks, Maggie. Yeah, that's Dean. I think it's just been consistent block. You know, I've been working really hard with Dean for sort of 2 years now, and my racing wasn't sort of replicating the training I was doing, but you got to have a bit of consistency and patience, and it's sort of paying off.
Your coach, Dean Boxall, he's a pretty low-key guy. He wouldn't have got too excited about that tonight.
Nah, he's a bit of a snooze fest.
What is your focus for the World Championships? Is it more 100 backstroke? Is it more 200 IM? What are you enjoying more at the moment? Where do you see your competition in those events? What's your best chance?
Yeah, I definitely focusing on my backstroke still. You know, I only train maybe 1 or 2 sessions of Medley a week.
Wow.
So, but saying that, you know, I got a lot of fitness doing my backstroke work, and we did a lot of Ks with Dean, so I swim to my strength, and as Gian said, I really tried to work my breaststroke and, you know, improve those weaknesses, and I'm really happy with that.
Well, it's working. For any of those people out there wanting to break the Commonwealth record in 200 IM, just 1 or 2 sessions a week. That should do it.
Yeah.
Good luck at the World Championships. Another event, huge program for you. You look great in the water. All the best.
Thanks, Maggie. Thank you.
Yeah, what a swim. A great effort here. Larkin delivers in front of the home crowd, and hasn't he just gone up another notch there under the watchful eye of Dean Boxall at the St Peter's Western Club. Had an incredible Commonwealth Games last year, and now another Commonwealth record, lowers his own mark. First time under 156, and a bit of time here, and thoughts so far in the night? It's been a beauty.
It certainly has. You start off with the men's 100 free, which was a banger, and then it's just built from there. So it's been fantastic, but I want to talk about Mitch Larkin for a second. We take our minds back to a year before Rio, 2015. He was a FINA male world swimmer of the year. So had such an incredible world championships in Kazan. And it didn't quite come together for him in Rio how he would have liked. And I know that Mitch has been doing everything possible this Olympic preparation, so in the years preceding in Olympics, to make sure he gets that right next year. So the confidence that he is building into World Championships, the confidence that he will gain from an incredible meet here, he'll build through World Championships, and I know that he's got his eye on Tokyo next year.
Yeah, I thought the move, obviously, to St. Peter's Western, and
Yep.
then just till last year, he's doing the work, and I thought that 400 IM in his program was just a masterstroke. It got him doing more work, and obviously that's something that you can give or take and take away, but once you've got that work done, you can always come down. It's only made his 200 IM and 200 backstroke even better.
And that's it. When you've got a big program, a big racing program, you can't just drop everything for speed. You've got to have some endurance left in the tank to be able to deal with a massive week of racing. You're still doing a lot of mileage. Every warm-up, every warm-down, plus racing means you're almost doing a full week of work. So he's got that behind him now, and he'll have it forever. And it's a very exciting time, once again, for one of our most consistent swimmers on the Australian swim team.
You can see in the events coming up here, and joined by Dawn Fraser. And Dawnie, I know one of your favourites, this women's 800 freestyle, not too far away, and it's going to be a beauty, isn't it? Obviously, Ariane in there, the two girls from TSS, and Lani Pallister as well.
Yes, I think it'll be a very good race, and I think, I'm very impressed with some of the young swimmers coming through today. And it's going to be a very interesting race. I think Ariana's swim the other night was fantastic, and Lani's getting a little bit more experience, and she's starting to think where she can hurt, and she's got to go through that. But she's learning, she's maturing every day, which is fantastic.
You must be so excited watching these girls race, the middle distance freestyle, distance freestyle. It's just coming to the forefront at the perfect time for the Aussies with Tokyo almost just a year away.
Yeah, I think that we've got a fantastic Dolphins team coming through. It'll be interesting to see who comes in the world titles gets in the world team on Friday night. But, I'm just very impressed. I've been down to Adelaide to watch the age group championships, and we've got quite a few youngsters coming through. I was most impressed. And when you see a young swimmer break their personal best by 11 seconds, you are, wow.
Yeah, they move pretty quick, don't they? Dawn, anyone else here at the meet who's really impressed you? What have you been really excited with over the first 4 days of competition? Who's been your favourite?
Oh, well, I was very impressed with Kyle's swim, of course, since he's had that heart problem, but he's come through very well, and he's starting to mature very well into his swimming, into his sprinting. He's trying to get that first lap up, which is pretty hard to do, but he's getting there.
And what about from the girls' program? Anyone that really stands out that you're excited about heading towards not just Gwangju but Tokyo next year?
Oh, I'm just sort of impressed with overall of them. I think I don't like to name a lot of swimmers because it puts a bit of pressure on them from me, and I don't want that. But I'm very impressed with the way that they're all swimming.
Yeah, we're in a good spot, looking good,
Yes.
heading towards Tokyo. And just finally, Dawn, just your thoughts on this, compacted trials into the major meets now that we've adopted from the US. A big fan, you think it's going to help us replicate those results at those major meets?
I think the more competition swimmers get is better for them, and I think that this, it's good for the officials too, and also for us to have early nights. But no, it's good to see it because the swimmers are out there, they're prepared for it, and they know what they got to expect. And I think that's the most important thing.
Yeah, love it. Well, always a pleasure to chatting, Dawn. Thanks for
Thank
giving
you
us
very much.
some of your insights there. Dawn Fraser, ladies and gentlemen, always a treat to have on pool deck, and still loves it. Our legend. And won't be too far away. In fact, it's showtime now, so please make welcome to pool deck your finalists here for the women's 400 metres individual medley. Let's meet our field. In lane 1 for Nunawading, Michaela Smith. Representing Trinity Grammar in lane 2, Francesca Fitzhenry. In 3, representing Hunter, Meg Bailey. And lane 4 for UWA West Coast, Blair Evans. Lane 5 representing Nunawading, Sophie Caldwell. In 6 for St. Peter's Western, Jenna Forrester. Representing Manly in lane 7, Charlie Brown. And in lane 8 for Acacia Bayside, Madeline Snell. Present you your finalists here for the women's 400 metres individual medley. Racing the women's 400 IM, and an interesting one, that's for sure. We've seen some fantastic swimming so far, but again, it's all on the line right here. That world qualifying time, 4:37.14, and gee, you'd think Blair Evans is the one likely to get it, but set to be pushed by Meg Bailey and a host of teenagers in this one with plenty of crowd support.
We do. We have a lot of young ones in this race, which I almost think you need to do a 400 IM. I will only ever say this while the athletes are in the water, but I take my hat off to 400 IM swimmers. This would have to be the hardest event on the program. You know it's going to hurt. It's going to hurt early. And especially as you're using every single different muscle the whole way through, changing from strokes. And you've got to be a decent swimmer across all 4 strokes to make a great 400 IM happen. As you said, I do expect this to be a battle between Meg Bailey and Blair Evans. Blair, at the age of 28, has experience on her side. Whereas Meg, she spent some time in the US.
Yeah, and loving it at the moment. Out fast in this first butterfly leg. We'll check in with them. Bailey there, 103.51. Evans in second, 103.88. Forrester, the youngster, just 15 years of age from St. Peter's Western. Not too far off either, but into this backstroke now. It looks like Meg Bailey's come here with a plan, and that is to charge and charge hard early.
Well, that's also what you learn from racing in the NCAA program, is that you know week in, week out, you are hitting that racing. It doesn't matter what has happened that week, mentally, emotionally, physically, you have got to get up and race against some of the best swimmers in the world. So it's an incredible program that is hard to beat. And we're noticing quite a few of our Aussie swimmers taking that path to go over and race the American collegiate program. We're glad to have them back, however, because we like them swimming here as Aussies and coming to world champs. And look at what is going on in the pool right now. We've seen a backstroke leg that really has almost made a half a body length difference at this stage. However, here comes Blair. Blair's having a fantastic backstroke leg.
Yeah, so Meg Bailey trying to hang on here. They come down to the halfway mark. The 22-year-old from Newcastle, he said, has been over there at Ohio State the last 4 years. All-American in her last season, the NC2A. So they turn, though, in front still, 2:15.07. Evans not far away. Caldwell now, the 19-year-old from Nunawading, into third spot there in lane 5. In a tight tussle there with Forrester in 6. And now comes down to this all-important breaststroke leg. We said Blair Evans' breaststrokes looks really good. Looks great in the 200 where she finished runner-up. And now trying to make a challenge here on, obviously, on Bailey. And this opportunity, 4:37.14, they've really got to move.
Blair is flying in this first 50 of the breaststroke leg, and in fact I think we'll see her touch first on the wall. We will. So she has built throughout this race just a comfortable 100 fly, as much as a comfortable fly can be, into the backstroke leg, and she's building through this 400. So we're seeing the two girls now almost pull back a little bit. You can see that it's starting to hurt now. Lactate would be kicking in. Interestingly enough, we're seeing both athletes almost swim towards each other. So you've got Blair swimming to her left lane rope. You've got Meg swimming to her right lane rope. So you can tell that they're very, very aware of each other in the pool at this point.
Yeah, Evans just hits the lead now, but they've got each other to push themselves, and they're going to have to push at this final 100 if they want to get to this qualifying time. Evans turns in front for the first time, 3:35.88. Bailey there in second, 3:36.19. Nothing separating the youngsters. Caldwell and Forrester in 5 and 6. Pushing hard for that third spot. But now all eyes turn to that qualifying time, 4:37.14. And obviously Evans started her career as a distance freestyler, and she's going to have to dig deep into that muscle memory to bring it out now to get that time.
Oh, as we keep saying, this qualifying time is tough. And these two girls, it's great that they have had each other to push for that time, because as we keep saying, it's not so much about the win, it's getting the time, and we'd love to have both these athletes under this qualifying time. Blair building once again, she's really capitalised in this freestyle leg. She'll be to the wall first. It's a time there.
Oh, it's going to be really, really tight. Still trying to push hard. Oh, Brisbane try and bring them home here. Evans lifting again that time. Ticking away, she comes under the flags. Might be just outside it now, down to touch. And just outside there, so 4:40.40. It's a gutsy swim there from Meg Bailey. She really pushed it. And it does look like Forrester maybe just pipping out Caldwell for third spot. Yeah, the girls, it was a tough qualifying time, that's for sure. Evans first on the wall, 4:40.40, and Bailey there, 4:41.61. And their results, and bright future as well for the 15-year-old for St Peters Western. She'll be better for that swim. And Jenna Forrester, a 4:44.39.
That's the hardest things about a World Championship trials, where a qualifying time is so incredibly difficult, in the fact that we do have athletes winning races, putting in good performances, but the idea for those that don't understand is that usually a World Championship qualifying time is set off the top 8 times in the world. So you're looking for athletes who are going to be going to the major international meet and making finals. That's the idea, really, to push us to that next level.
Yeah, you can see the stats there for Blair, and yeah, obviously that Commonwealth gold and Olympic silver there as well, and he's one of the most experienced swimmers here at the meet, and feeling the burn a little bit after that 400 IM, as you can definitely imagine. He's going to have a chat there with Maggie on pool deck.
Blair, congratulations, great swim. I know you didn't... Oh, I'm back. Blair, congratulations, great swim. I know you didn't get the time, but your longevity is inspirational, particularly to someone like me that's just retired. What's the secret to coming back year after year and being so consistent with your performances?
I think just enjoying the sport. I still love what I do. I love the people that I work with. I have a great coach who puts his squad and his swimmers ahead of his health. So I'm really lucky to be surrounded by such great people.
You knew it was a really tough qualifying time. Was that playing on your mind throughout the race? Did that affect the way you raced tonight?
I'm not happy with that time at all. You know, I trained really hard for this, and sometimes it doesn't pan out. That's one of these times, but looking forward, just keep working on what I can and then come back stronger next time.
One more year to Tokyo. Are you going to hang around for us and give it one more shot?
Look, I'll hang around. I'll be 29 next year, so I think I'm aiming for the oldest swimmer in Australia to keep coming back, but I love what I do and I love being on pool deck racing these incredible girls. There was a young field tonight, so I'm really excited for what's to come.
Well, I think I speak for everyone here tonight and watching at home. Good luck. We're all behind you for next year. Good luck with your preparation, and we'll see you back here.
Thanks, James.
Good job.
So yeah, nice interview there, and yeah, well done, Blair, on the win. I said just outside that world qualifying time, automatic time, and it was runner-up in the 200 IM as well, G. So she's had a good meet. She'll leave here with her head held high.
And in the hands of selectors. In the hands of selectors, she's done everything she can. Now it is up to selectors on whether she gets on that plane. But I'm very glad to hear that she's going to be sticking around for another 12 months. I want to see Blair Evans at the Olympics as a 29-year-old.
Yeah, it'd be nice. Well, there's a few that, you know, that it always happens every 4 years. Everyone works in 4-year cycles, and we're going to say goodbye to a lot of our Dolphins next year, one way or another. So trials is definitely going to be a meet not to be missed for one of those reasons as well, not just making the Olympic team, but there's going to be a few that miss, and that'll probably be their final meet of their career. And ladies and gentlemen, please make welcome our last final on tonight's program. It's the women's 800 metres freestyle. Let's meet our field in lane 1 for the USC Spartans, Dallas Rogers. Swimming lane 2 for the USC Spartans, Phoebe Hines. Lane 3 for TSS Aquatic, Madeline Goff. Lane 4 for St. Peter's Western, Ariane Titmus. For TSS Aquatic in lane 5, Kia Melverton. Swimming lane 6 for Cotton Tree, Lani Pallister. Lane 7 for TSS Aquatic, Moesha Johnson. And in lane 8 for Yeronga Park, Chelsea Gabecka. Essentially your finalists here for the women's 800 metres freestyle. Racing our last qualifier for the night. Opportunity to make that World Championship team. And we've had a fantastic night so far, and what a way to finish it off here. Women's 800 freestyle, and gee, obviously, anytime Ariane Titmus hits the water, it's always exciting. Commonwealth record in that 400 on night 1, and obviously the Australian record holder in this 800, and was runner-up behind Emma McKeon in a world-class time of the 200 last night.
My prediction is that Arnie is going to get out after it tonight in this 800 because of this meet so far. So even though she broke the Commonwealth record in the 400 on night 1, she said in the interview with James that she wasn't happy with that. She wanted to go faster. Last night, she got beaten by Emma McKeon in the 200 freestyle, and we know that she hates being beaten. So tonight is her chance to put a time on the board, and I think she's going to have a crack.
And then you look inside of her, Kia Melverton's had a brilliant meet as well, 400 freestyle, and then run up also on the 1500 behind Maddie Goff, who's out there in lane 3 as well. And both those girls in career best form with personal bests.
If me personally, if I was ever actually swimming this length of distance, I would have wanted to be in Maddie Goff's and Kia Melverton's shoes as I'm coming down from the 1500. So I've swum a 1500, I've swum the longest distance on the program, and I'm coming down to an 800. Whereas Ariane has actually gone from a 400 down to her lowest event of a 200, and then back up to the longest distance on her program. So not that it ever seems to bother her, she's very used to it, and she's going to have to be used to it, obviously, with the World Championships in 5 weeks. But those whose shoes I would want to be in.
Yeah, big program, that's for sure, and going about it the right way now, but getting dragged along as well. Titmus out this first 200, but Kia Melverton right alongside her in lane 5. So too Lani Pallister doing a good job, the 17-year-old, always consistent. So we'll check out these splits, 200 metre mark, I mean, just outside 2 minutes. And Titmus goes through 2:01.62, Melverton 2:02.11, Pallister 2:02.81, back to Maddie Goff 2:04.49. We'll expect her to close the gap as the race goes on, more of a 1500 specialist. But at the moment, they're pretty tightly bunched.
This is probably not what we were expecting. As we said, expecting Arnie to go out fast and hard, but certainly Kia is hot on those heels of Ariane at the moment, is almost building through that 550. So this is great for all of the athletes in the pool. Arnie needs someone to push her. She needs someone that's within her realm if she's going to go after a time. She's used to doing it on her own, so we know that she can do it on her own. But when she comes to top international standard, like World Championships in 5 weeks' time, she's going to have Katie Ledecky, who's actually going to be in front of her. So she needs to be used to all those different types of racing where she's out in front, and also where she's being the chaser and she's looking to try and come back over the top of someone. So this is great to have Kia not far behind. Lani Pallister is having a great swim as well next to her in 3rd position. We forget that Lani's only 17 years of age, so really the future of distance swimming in Australia is in good hands.
And right now, all of them in career best form as well, and setting PBs and setting records, and that's exactly what you want. And it's just exciting times when anything can happen. And they hop in the pool. It just looks like Titmus is just starting to put the pressure on now, but Melverton's not letting her go. Still turns there, just under a 2-second lead. And back to Pallister and Goff. And they make their way down to the halfway mark here. 400 down, 400 to swim at this turn. And interesting to see what happens here for Titmus. Probably didn't go out as quick as we may have thought, and maybe trying to pace herself and swim this maybe a little bit differently. We'll see how she feels, but turning at the 4:06.52 at the 400 metre mark. And they said Milton 2 seconds back, 4:08.55. Pallister 4:10.13, and then back to Goff 4:11.82.
So halfway mark, we're starting to see Ariane build now. Like we spoke about in the 1500, a lot of athletes like to descend 500s. So cruise through as much as they can, try and find that easy speed in the first 500, really start putting some pressure on in the middle part of that 500, and then whatever you've got left. And as we saw in the 1500 for the women earlier in the week, a sprint finish was required for Maddie Goff to get that win over Kia Melverton. So we don't expect to see that tonight. We know that Arnie really is in a class all her own in this 800 freestyle. She's pulled away now, as I know that she likes to descend the 400s in the 800s. So just cruise through that first 400 and now lifting through this second part of the race.
Yeah, interesting. Such an aggressive swimmer, and must be hard for her to come to the 800 as well and almost reverse engineer that to try and build her way through it. Maggie, we normally see her in the 200, 400. She's out like a rocket. She doesn't let that lead go here. Seems like she got off to a more of a controlled, more thought of start, and now you can see she's starting to make a move.
Yeah, just watching those splits there, she sort of settled into a 102 high pace per 100, slowly dropping those times throughout the race. She'll be looking to almost negative split, if possible, this second 400. We'll see how she goes. But yeah, settling into sort of a 102 high pace at the moment, which is just allowing her to gap the rest of the field a little bit.
They're coming down to the 600 metre mark, so 3/4 of the way through. You can see that margin has definitely opened up, but still doing a great job. Kia Melverton there, trying to hang on, and so too Lani Pallister and Maddie Goff. And you think these four are where it's really at, from 1500, 800, 400. And they turn here at the 600. 200 to swim here, and Titmus 6:12.11, building into this nicely. What can she produce over this final 200? Melverton 6:16.32, back to Pallister 6:18.56, and now Goff starting to come into it 6:18.66.
So as much as we're keeping an eye on the action that's in the pool, I'm also keeping my eye on Ariane's coach, Dean Boxall, who is always very animated on pool deck, and he, after that first 500 metres, has suddenly come alive. So he's got a bit of a frown on his face. He's pushing Ariane. Every time she breathes to the left-hand side, he is in her vision. So trying to get her to get up and get a time here, trying to find something in this last closing stages of the race.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how her stroke lifts in this final 100 as well. And the bell is about to ring, which means 2 laps remain. And Titmus is going to take it out, you'd think, from here. But what's the time going to be? She makes the turn, 7:15.95. So Melverton in second, a great battle for third between Goff and Pallister. So thoughts, that Australian record, probably going to be under 8:20, but how close will she be? Probably depends on this final lap.
We're just saying that she almost seemed to drop off in that 700 metre mark a little bit, but she's found a bit more of a rhythm. What has she got left in the tank? We keep saying it's been a big program. She's been used to this big program. What has Arnie got left? Can she find a time? Coach Dean doesn't look happy. Let's watch the clock.
Yeah, so Australian record, 8:17.07, set at the Pan Pacs last year, so she won't be too far off that over the final stages. Down to touch, just outside at 8:18.23, so still a brilliant swim over 800. Second spot there, Kia Melverton, 8:22.83. And that's a PB for her, it looks like, as well, by a couple of seconds, so Melverton strikes it once again. Lani Pallister, 8:25.66. And a great swim by Lani also right thereabouts. So, yeah, there we go, Maggie. Ariane came home and, gee, not far off her own Australian record in the end, just a little over a second outside.
Yeah,
Great swim.
From watching the race, I'd say she probably just hurt a little bit that last 200 metres. The 700 metre definitely dropped off a little, but she'd settled into a nice pace early, holding those 102s. It's been a big week. We can't underestimate that for Ariane. She's had a lot of events, a lot of racing, so she would have been stinging.
A big week for all these girls, really, and yeah, for Ariane to come within a second of her Australian record. Kia Melverton, another PB, Lani a PB. These girls are on point, and very exciting times, as always, as we say, for distance freestyle in Australia.
Yeah, if we look at those top 4 swimmers, all under the world qualifying time, so great depth there.
So it looks like we'll throw it down on the pool deck, and Jan's there with Ariane Titmus.
Ariane, congratulations on the win. Under qualifying time, well and truly, but that hurt, didn't it?
Yeah, it's a little bit. I know Dean's shaking his head, but I'll look at the race, but I'm glad that I can do it again in 5 weeks, and it's great that, you know, Kia got under the time as well.
Absolutely, and pushed you the whole way.
Yeah, definitely. You know, I felt like she was a bit more up there with me for the first bit, which is great. Hopefully I can bring the girls out with me, and we can all start to swim faster. I think definitely distance swimming in Australia is, for women, coming along really well, so that's really exciting.
That's the first time I've seen you race the 800 that way. Normally you are out quite hard. What was the thought process tonight behind tactics? Is that just showing where you are in a big week of work, or is that indicative of a new way of thinking for the 800?
I definitely didn't purposely go out slower, but you know, my back end of my race is something I really tried to work on since nationals, and I wanted to try and, you know, try to do a bit better in that, but I still feel I've got a bit more work to do.
Well, the 800 hurts. We know that no more than what you do, but we're proud of you. Great job, and enjoy it at World Champs.
Thank you. Thanks, everyone.
Yeah, thanks, Gian, and congratulations there, Ariane. Big World Championship program coming up for her, and of course, an incredible year last year for her, and now onto the World Championships, and in great form, just over a second outside her own Australian record in that event that she set at the Pan Pacs last year. And Maggie, yeah, a little bit of a different change up there from Ariane in that one, but to be so close to Australian record, you can't be too disappointed.
Yeah, and one thing for everyone to keep in mind, both at home and here at the stadium tonight, she probably hasn't done a full taper for this meet. So we're not seeing Ariane fresh and rested. So that easy speed will come. As she rests up for the World Championships, expect that first 200 to be a little bit quicker, and that easy speed to come with a better and longer taper.
Well, it's all locked in, the showdown awaits, and you don't like to individual anyone out, but obviously Ariane up against Katie Ledecky is something that not just Australia, but World Swimming is looking forward to there in Gwangju in 5 weeks' time.
Yeah, exciting, and I think it's something that we shouldn't shy away from. It's going to be a great matchup. It's great for the sport, particularly in Australia, to have 2 big names going head-to-head. So us as Australians, we should get behind Ariane and just try and take down the might of the US.
Love it. Let the rivalry continue, and yeah, take it back old school, that's for sure. One more great event coming our way very shortly. And here they go, so make them welcome onto pool deck. It's our Legends Relay, our iSwim Dolphins Legends 4x50 metre mixed medley. Let's meet our teams. In lane 1, Trevor Green, Marcelo Figueredo, Aaron Bouzma, and Lindley Frame, Team Frame. In lane 2, David Barrett, Brendan Dyer, Therese Krolick, and Sandra Wiley, Team Fraser. Lane 3, Jane Sadler, Michael Lee, Jennifer Campbell, and Brenton Rickard, Team Rickard. In lane 4, Jason Burgess, Jodie Greensill, Gillian O'Mara, and Michelle Gallen, Team Gallen. Lane 5, Jamie Coates, Casey Flouch, Todd Robinson, and Kylie Fletcher, Team Flouch. In lane 6, Martin Banks, Jeanette Jeffrey, Jerry Tucker, and Jess Shipper, Team Shipper. And in lane 7, Nick Frost, Marie Antonio, and Russell Buisen, Team Frost. Essentially your finalists here for the I Swim Dolphins Legends 4x50 metre mixed medley relay. Wayne Racing, our I Swim Dolphins Legends 4x50 mixed relay. I thought a world qualifying time was going to come up on the screen there and they took it away. I was all disappointed, but great to see our legends here. Lindley Frame, Team Fraser represented. Dawnie isn't in the pool, but she's there in spirit. Brenton Rickard. They keep coming. Casey Flouch is in there. Jess Shipper and Nick Frost. And great to see some former legends having a big go.
Awesome to see some former legends. We see Nick Frost is going to do the backstroke and the freestyle leg. Better known for his freestyle prowess than his backstroke. Still looks fit as a fiddle though.
So from backstroke into breaststroke here, and it looks like lane 4 looking good. Team Gallen, Geordie Greensill in the water for them now, and then for Team Flouch, Casey Flouch in there in the breaststroke, and yeah, Flouch, he's on the 2001 World Champs team. Oh, actually no, 2003 in Barcelona from memory in that 4x1.
Yeah, he's giving them a strong lead into the butterfly leg.
Look at the butterfly there now, lane 4. Gillian O'Mara. And now starting to be challenged in 5 by Todd Robinson. So Team Gallen, Team Flouch, stroke for stroke. And then we go back, looks like Team Frost in the outside there. Russell Buisen in for them. And it comes down to these two, and they go in the water. Team Flouch, Kylie Fletcher anchoring for them. Team Gallen, Michelle Gallen. Anchoring there.
It's going to be lane 5, Kylie Fletcher. Strong last leg.
Yeah, got the windmills going. And looks to be very effective. They come under the flags, and it will be lane 5 here. Team Flouch. Casey Flouch does it again. He's got the Midas touch. Team Gallen in second spot. Well done. Now the battle for third, and it looks like Nick Frost backing up there for Team Frost. 2 legs. Gets them on the podium.
Also got Brenton Rickard doing freestyle. This is a first for me, seeing Brenton Rickard, the world champion breaststroker, finishing off with the freestyle leg. Looking good too. Nice, Rixie.
Rixie missed his calling.
He always wanted to be a sprint freestyler. He's just living his dream.
It looks like Team Fraser coming down. Sandra Wiley there to finish off. So well done. Congratulations to all our teams. Put your hands together, everyone, for our I Swim Dolphins Legends 4x50 mixed medley relay. So that concludes our program here from the Brisbane Aquatic Centre. I hope you enjoyed the coverage if you're here in the stands or watching online, courtesy of Swimming Australia. As you see the results there from our Legends Relay. Team Flouch taking it ahead of Team Gallen and Team Frost. A reminder again, we're back in action. Day 5 of competition tomorrow. Heats from 10 a.m. and also our para swimmers in action for the first time tomorrow. They have their para Grand Prix commencing at 11:15, so look forward to seeing our para athletes. Of course, they've got their World Championships coming up not too far away in London also, so getting into their preparation. But on behalf of the entire Swimming Australia team, a big thank you to Gian Rooney, James Magnuson and myself, Kurt Hansen. We hope you enjoyed the action tonight, and certainly plenty of highlights in there. Kyle Chalmers, a new personal best, a fantastic 200 fly from Bree Throssell, Commonwealth record there to Mitch Larkin in the 200 IM, and certainly Ariane Titmus just off her own Australian record on the 800 free. It was a brilliant night. We hope you enjoyed it. Look forward to seeing you back here for day 5 competition tomorrow. Big thank you also to our technical officials for their efforts across this final session, and we now invite them to leave pool deck. Until tomorrow, thank you and good night.